Oh, Mr. Huff, you don't know what you're doing. Oh,
That's a lot of meat.
he gained speed heading in. Stacks him up. Pin.
Oh!
You're stepping in the ring with a Japanese legend. And Mickey Knuckles, I'm going to show you what it's like when a real man whoops a woman's ass.
Harry better move out of the hole!
Oh, God.
That's on you, Jack.
Oh.
Oh, right through the door bridge!
Gary Moore put the brakes on, turn things back around.
Oh!
Defiant and pissed off.
Oh!
A Clawza. A pin into the ropes. Claude could give a damn less, and somehow that's it.
You haven't seen them on Lunacy in 7 months, but they're back! The Backseat Boys!
What? And their coordinated tag team offense.
T-Gimmick from the Brothers of Podstruction. Almost concussive. As above, so below. Could be won by the outbreak. Break. Oh, no. Where did they get that? Where did they get the cocaine?
Wait a minute. Coming off that second rope.
Ooh. But Ninja. This is not the time for that.
The ring rat telling Disco Ray that he should. Oh! What?
It's going Sabu. Triple jump.
Oh! Right in the knee of Disco Ray. And that's it.
And look who we have here, the man of the hour, Violent J. Do not interfere or cause chaos or any of your dastardly tactics that you always do in that retirement match tonight. No dastardly fucking tactics to make you guys upset. We're going to make Vampiro shine, and we're going to make him a fucking star. You know what to do, right? And you know when to do it. Of course I do.
I can't see hell!
Oh, look at Saito early. Look at early.
Emerald Explosion?
Gallows not in the ring. Her title's in jeopardy. Nyla made it look effortless. Got that stunner up the wheelbarrow. Standing code red.
Oh, wait, who's going to pay for that?
Well, Zach, let's go for the move miss twist. And Danny hits this. You like capture Al's women's title.
Meanwhile,
Look at this double team. Oh, Lord.
Danny Mo could not be in a worse position. Title on the line, and that's it.
J-Rod won the title.
Here is your winner and your new JCW Women's Champion.
There's any wait a minute. Wham! Stunner! Here comes Kenta.
Oh, shit.
Pedialyte! 5-star frog splash.
Beautiful.
I don't want you to be relaxed. Get up. Tonight it is all Killer Instinct. Do you know how this wrestling business works, Caleb?
Since you came here and you said you saw something special in me, all I've done is given you everything I can. All you're doing is firing me up. So thank you, Vince. Thank you. But if you doubt my ability,
Caleb, that's the fire I'm talking about.
Ladies and gentlemen, the first half of your WrestleMania event tonight is a new disqualification fatal four-way elimination match for the JCW Lunacy World Championship.
Oh, yeah.
And Caleb
Put him away.
hammer.
Put him away. Put him away.
And Caleb kindly counter attempt.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, Caleb. The
Oh,
same,
he's done.
the
He's
same
done.
way never gets eliminated.
One,
Don't tell me
two.
Riddle or Swift.
Yes.
Wow. Wait, all right. Caleb
Come on,
downstairs
Caleb.
again.
That's it.
No.
History.
Three for
History.
three. Three for
History.
three. Caleb's gonna sweep this. He's going to the table.
1, 2, 3.
It's a new champion.
What?
Wait a minute.
What?
Listen, our caller did not put a match like this together for it to end in some fucking swerve.
Okay, that's fucking crazy. Yes. It's time for a ghost slam straight to hell. Still the champion.
I'll see you in the ring. Keep your fucking paws off me, you understand?
Yeah, we'll see in the fucking ring.
Moments from now, the hero will compete in this ring for one last time in this three-way match set for one fall. Can't find it.
And it looks like it's going to explode once again. Vito stuck in a kick on Violent J.
A whole pile of cash. Oh, it goes right into the face of Vito.
He's done it. Violent J.
Oh, gorilla mode.
And Shaggy with the chain made a mistake, a dire mistake. Oh, spinning back kick by Vampiro.
Way to go! Way to go! Running out of time, looking for the light. Something isn't right. The devil's grip is tight.
Who loans your money, homie? Who owes your cash? Who taught you how to use the bond for the grass? I don't know much, but I gotta assume that when you hit your first net, your homies was in you talking about homies, homies. Talking about the dogs of love. Motherfucking homies, homies. My dog. Clown of summer. Talking about homies, homies. Talking about the dogs of love. Homies,
Hello, everyone, and welcome to your JCW Lunacy review show called Insanity. I am your host, Jimmy T. He is my co-host, Whoople Brandon, and we are live on Hummy Media Group's YouTube channel and, of course, on the Patreon after the fact. Brando, what's going on? You taking shots at motherfuckers, I see.
We're going chicken hunting, pal.
We sure are. And after a big week of JCW, no less, with StrangleMania, and thank you to yourself and Vet for covering me on that one, a couple of weeks ago now. But finally, we had a new episode of Lunacy, so that's good, because we did take a week off last week.
Yeah, I'm honestly wishing if I would have known, or if we would have known that if they're going to air Lunacy for free and fight the StrangleMania the week after, we would have had a much different schedule.
Oh, absolutely. But we didn't know that, unfortunately. But it doesn't matter because we're here now. That's all that matters. And before we do get into Lunacy, there is some big news in the world of pro wrestling right before we get started. And we've got more releases in WWE, Brandon. What the hell is going on?
The surprising ones, I think, were JC Mateo and Tonga Loa. Actually, not really that surprising because they just had Fod2 completely squash the entire faction by himself.
Right. Actually, you know what? I mentioned this last week, I think, on This Week in WWE. I said, don't be surprised if Tonga Loa is on the way out, because it just didn't seem like they really give a shit about him, man, to be honest. He wasn't in any matches with his own brother, to be fair. Right. I mean, JC Mateo was, But unfortunately for Tangaloa, I don't think they were ever big fans of his.
Yeah, Tama Tonga, it looks like they got plans for him.
I hope so. Let's hope so, because he's a lot better than his brother, and he deserves to still be in WWE. But the shocking one is the New Day.
When I read the report coming out about how it was a mutual decision, where that does make sense, because if you're looking at those guys and how long they've been there, they've been in act for 12 years. 12 years.
Crazy. Longer than that even.
I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying, Kofi's been in the company a lot longer too.
Damn near 20 years.
Yeah. But continue with what you were going to say. Sorry, Brandon.
Yeah, that one didn't surprise me, and that one did kind of make sense. I thought that would have actually been better for both parties. That really felt like it was better for both sides, for New Day and WWE to split. Gives them more roster space, and what else has New Day done, or can they do that they haven't done already? They've pretty much worked everybody, wrestled everybody, done everything they can, got every belt they can get. I mean,
good point. Although I heard from the grapevine that TKO offered him a contract and they were offended by it, hence why they mutually all agreed to part ways.
Oh yeah, I read that part too, which again would make sense. Especially those two got to be smart guys. I gotta believe those two are smart dudes who saved their money and wisely invested.
You think Tony Khan's gonna whip up the checkbook and sign them both?
Oh, no doubt, no doubt. New Day and Young Bucks, come on. Tony wants to do that.
True, that's true. I wonder what that would be called actually in AEW. Is it going to be a New Dawn?
I would if I suggested I was talking to a guy at work today, and I suggested Old Day. Try to do the shtick, but they're old.
I don't know about that, because why would you want to be called old? That sounds I don't know. For me, I would say something like a New Dawn, because it's a new era in AEW for the New Day. I'll go something along those lines, or you could go with what Josh says in the chat and call them Rainbow Warriors, the new name. I mean shit. He also says TKO had to do budget cuts so they can pay new Triple H contract. Yeah, it's true. But what were we going to say, Brandon?
I'm sure there's quite a few Rainbow Warriors in that locker room.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure there is, which is nothing wrong with that, by the way. Nothing wrong with some Rainbow Warriors. We'll see. Maybe they will be the Old Day. I don't know, but I just think there'll be something along. I don't know. We'll see. We're just speculating. Who knows what they're going to be? But they could be completely different. Maybe they don't even want a New Day, an Old Day, or a New Dawn. All I know is I wonder if they're commanding big bucks, and if they are, if they got offended by TKO's offer, I wonder how much AEW will offer.
I could see Tony Khan offering both of them $5 million a year.
Wow, that's a lot of money, bro.
I could see that. I could see Tony offering both of them $5 million a year. Well, combined $5 million a year, I should say.
Even that's still a lot. I don't know, man. That's a lot of money for two dudes that I wouldn't say are even main eventers, man.
Even not main eventers, but having that veteran presence in the locker room, that kind of pays for itself.
You got to be careful though, because if you offer them that sort of money, you're literally overinflating the. That's a good comment. I mean, that's kind of true too. I mean, $5 million for Ring of Honor sounds great, but I get what he means. I mean, if you go that high though, Brandon, you're going to be overpaying for mid-card talent, and then that just causes a big domino effect all across the board. I don't know if you'll go that high, man, but if he does, he's crazy, in my opinion. I don't think they're worth that sort of money. Maybe $1.5 million each, and even that's a bit much. But
yeah, that does sound
at least $1 million.
Yeah, it does sound a lot more realistic.
Yeah, 5 is crazy. 2.5 each. Whoa, I mean that's big. It's big money, dude. Think about it. Well, that's true too, Josh. He did overpay for Ring of Honor, but maybe, just maybe, if he's smart for himself, and I'm talking about in terms of the wrestlers, you won't overpay mid-card talent right now, man. Like that. That's I don't know, man. That's just overpaying it. in my opinion, because then it just causes everyone else to ask for way more money. And I could only imagine the problems that both companies will have, let alone TNA, on signing like talent. And that's what you don't want, Brandon.
Yeah, luckily, at least as far as TNA goes, they at least have some sort of award chest because they got that TV rights deal money from AMC.
Yeah, that's true too. But I don't know. Yeah, see, I agree with Josh. 1 million a year with incentives for more, and that's exactly what I think they should be on. Because they will get bonuses, with merch sales, say, and all that stuff. But that could be their guarantee, their 1 million a year guaranteed money. But we'll see what happens. We're still speculating. Maybe they won't re-sign with maybe they won't go to AEW. We don't know. Like, we're just assuming. I can see Jason Mateo and Tangaloa ending up there still, though. Possibly,
Oh yeah,
or back to Japan anyway. Either way.
Yeah, it seems like that's where Kairi's head is, back to Japan.
Oh, well, why wouldn't she? I mean, she had a great run in Stardom / New Japan Pro Wrestling when she was there last. So
yeah, and I'm sure they would love to have her back.
Absolutely, man. And we did find out that she did not quit, by the way, which is interesting. She didn't request apparently for a release. She got released for whatever reason,
which is mind-boggling because she was like right in the middle of an angle, like with Io and Asuka.
Yeah, I know. That's true. I don't know what the fuck is up with WWE right now, man, but they're trying to cut freaking costs everywhere.
Not only that, like with that one, it looked like they were building up to a storyline payoff where it was like, okay, who's Kairi going to end up siding with, Io or Asuka?
Yeah. I mean, do you think there'll be more releases coming up?
Oh, I'm sure there will.
Interesting. Lambert wants to know what's up with Stardom dancing. They look like they're having a seizure. It's Japanese stuff, bro. It's always like a seizure. Let's be real. I mean, am I wrong in saying that? Just look at all their cartoons and shit. That's just Japanese things, man. And just the way it is in Japan, which is cool. But yeah, I get what you're saying, bro. 100%. Oh, well, anyway, Brando, we're coming off a big StrangleMania.
I just saw, speaking of, hold on, before we get further, I just saw I saw a great joke here, I got to say.
Oh, please, go, say it.
So this one page called Douchebag Pro Wrestler posted, seeing Xavier Woods leave WWE right after when Paige got there reminds me of that episode of The Office where Holly gets transferred to Nashville and separated from Michael Scott.
Wow. You know what? I can see Xavier Woods becoming what was his name in TNA again?
Consequences Creed.
That's it, Consequences Creed. I can see him being back to that. And Kofi would be I don't know what Kofi would be actually, because I don't recall him ever being in the bigger company outside of WWE.
No, he's always been Kofi as far as I remember.
We can just call him they'll probably misspell his name, like COFI or something like that.
Get me coffee, Kingston, pal.
Coffee Kingston, that's it. Get me coffee, Kingston, pal. Anyway, excuse me. I'm still not even 100%. Whatever I caught, oh boy, I don't wish it on anybody. This is the worst flu I ever had, man. And I'm still recovering. I've got a lousy cough, man. That won't go away, man. It will not go away. But what do you think of StrangleMania before we do get into Lunacy, Brandon? I know you've already spoken about it, obviously, but
it was a fun show. Love it? I wouldn't say I loved it, but it was a fun show. Definitely a fun show. One I wish could have been there live. One I wish I probably would have had a better time if I was there live.
Oh, definitely. I mean, it was a pretty big crowd as well in Vegas, man. Did
you hear about the so as the GCW show was ending, Meltzer and yeah, the one right before StrangleMania.
Oh, the one before StrangleMania.
Yeah, the one that ran an hour late and pushed StrangleMania an hour and a half late.
Okay, yeah. Well, what happened?
So Alvarez was talking about how him and Dave were walking through the horseshoe and the line was full of Juggalos. All of them just heckling, shitting all over Dave, catcalling him. In fact, let me see if I can. Our boy Nelson had a clip from the show of Brian talking about it.
Oh, really?
Let me see if I can find it here.
If you can get it, I'll share it. If you've got it. But that's interesting because I didn't hear about that. And as they should, man. Yeah, blame Dave for the late start.
Found it.
All right, share it so I can put it up onto the stage. If you know how to do that, Brandon.
Yeah, hang on one sec.
It's all right. Take your time. Take your time. Josh says StrangleMania was a fun show. It was. Well, here it is. Let me put it up. Go ahead and press play.
Rewind it here.
Over Mania weekend, there's all these wrestling fans from all over the world. So, like days were like all celebrities. People are always going up, blah, blah, blah. And this was the first time ever, right? I've hung out with Dave in particular. And man, that was a fucking hostile hallway. Juggalos hate Dave. They're fucking catcalling him. We fucking hate you. I was like, whoa. Wow, let's get us out of this fucking hallway. I've never seen anything like that. Like, Dave, Twitter, whatever, but like in real life, people are always nice and not these fucking Juggalos. They were Juggalos to the death. They were, whoa. That brings me to my story. Over Mania week.
That is hilarious, man. And you know what? They should absolutely get heat, especially Mr. Meltzer. I mean, I could imagine there was a lot of this going on while he was walking through. And then this. And walking through that. Whoop, whoop, indeed. I mean, seriously, what was he expecting?
I have no idea.
I mean, if he thought he was going through like I don't know, man. If he thinks he's popular these days, he's tripping. I wonder if anyone ever used to stop him or even get an autograph. I've never even seen that, dude.
Not me either. But yeah, he's quickly losing all his credibility. Like people are starting to see through him. Like the only people who kind of still stick with him are the hardcore diehards.
Yeah. Excuse me, I had to cough there. Push the cough button. Josh was saying he watched StrangleMania on YouTube. Somebody was live streaming from the second row. Yeah, you tagged me on that, didn't you? I'm pretty sure on the X, if I remember correctly, Josh. Thank you for doing so. Which is weird that the dude was live streaming for the whole show practically, which is odd. Wouldn't you want to enjoy the damn show instead of like just sitting there streaming?
Some people got to get themselves over. Instead of enjoying the show, they got to get themselves over.
God damn it. God damn it, pal. Well, anyways, StrangleMania was a fun show on my end. I didn't get to review it, unfortunately, because I was sick, but that's all right. The Vet and Brandon were here to cover for me reviewing that show. And if you do want to check that out, go to HMG/patreon.com to go and check that out. But we start off, though, with the fallout of StrangleMania after one week hiatus. And we see Vince Russo saying to Violent J about how he didn't tell him that he signed EC3 and that he did it on his own. As Violent J says, Russo is always mad about something and says he thought EC3 was Russo's boy. Then Russo says, you don't trust wrestlers. As Russo says, EC3 doesn't care about anything but EC3. He says, Jay will learn this the hard way. Is he right? He is Russo's boy, by the way. They do a show together over at the Brand.
Whoop, whoop. Yeah, I also like that line that Violent J closed with where he said, well, I care about ratings.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's exactly what he said, actually, to end that little segment. But you know what? Since we do have 50-50, I mean, they should be talking to each other, correct, Mundo? Or Violent J might think, well, technically this is my real company. I don't have to tell you shit. I mean, he could say that, but that's not how it goes in the storyline, obviously. But part of me makes me think that he should say that, but you know how it is.
Yeah, for real. And like Violent J thinking like, dude, making decisions he thought Vince would be cool with, and then Vince finds out and it's like, no, I'm not.
What's up, Nelson Kelso? Thank you for joining us, brother.
Doing good now. Whoop, whoop.
Whoop, whoop. You know what I love? And this is what Labrat says. They did a really good job to make sure they did follow-ups throughout the shows. That's the one thing that this company does properly compared to any other wrestling show out there, man. And I actually appreciate that. Because there's a structure to it, man. Do you know what I mean? There's a like you got backstage segments, then match, then promo, then match, then segment, then promo, then match. Like there's a way it goes, and I like that. Whereas in WWE and AEW, who knows what the fuck you're gonna get after time? Like literally, it just doesn't feel planned out. But that's what makes this company pretty special, man. But anyway, we continue on as we see Jeeves and EC3 come out. Jeeves introduces himself. He says EC3 is the man who saved JCW. He also goes on to say that the Butler did it. He says, you are crazy if you thought they would let Caleb Conley represent JCW. He says he went from Caleb's butler to hanging out with the family. And he says Caleb went from being the man to Russo's bitch. He also says Caleb is nothing but a shit stain. I mean, before I continue on, what do you think of that little Jeeves promo? And what's up with EC3 and Jeeves? Are they cousins?
Yes, they are apparently storyline cousins. And just a little bit of something we were kind of talking about a little bit in the chat, like during the watch along, is that it seems like they're setting up, or at least we're speculating that we might actually see Dixie Carter come to JCW.
No way. Oh my dude, if that happens, that'll be absolutely hilarious. But you know what? Part of me hopes it does happen. Will it happen? Do you think that, Brando?
It's possible because Jeeves was on the backstage pass talking about we Carters, us Carters.
And which you can check out right after Lunacy with our boy, obviously, in Jeff Lane, who hosts the show.
And Mac Davis, whoop whoop.
And yeah, and Noelle whenever she can too. But yeah, no, I didn't think of that. If that does happen, that would be hilarious, dude. But I'm not gonna get my hopes up because I don't know how she will take it. But goddamn, man, if they pull that off, that will be absolutely magnificent.
And then they can call themselves Overchurch Shug.
Oh man, the Carters, right?
And that's a reference to the story that Stevie Richards told about the time when he wanted to find like some sort of faith service during a pay-per-view. He found out that, oh yeah, Dixie runs one. Like Dixie kind of holds one. Okay, cool. And he went to that. It was like Dixie, Sting, and some other, top guys in TNA and in management or on the roster. And Stevie's like, yeah, I heard there's a service here, so I thought I'd stop in. And I'm like, oh no, this is and Dixie's like, oh no, this is Overchurch Shug. and he would talk about how Sting is kind of like he has this whole like expression on his face. Is like, wait, I'm actually hearing this right now.
That's hilarious. That's pretty cool. Well, anyway, where was I? We do see Caleb Conley and Vince Russo come out next. Russo says he thought him and EC3 were friends. He says EC3 can work Violent J, but not him. Russo says he brought him on the podcast and paid him handsomely for it. And that's what he did to him. EC3 says he's the manifestation of every bad booking decision Russo ever made. He goes on to say that everyone works everyone in wrestling, which is a bit bizarre the way he said it, because he talks about how the wrestlers work the fans work the wrestlers, the back works the wrestlers work the back. It was a bit all over the place, but it doesn't make sense that the fans work the wrestlers, though, to be fair.
That promo does seem kind of a little bit like EC3, kind of going a little bit of philosophical mode and kind of forgetting where he was going.
Yeah, that was a bit weird. But anyway, he goes on to say, where was I? That Billy Corgan realized he's a cancer on the locker room. He says EC3 screwed him at StrangleMania and says the title was his until he got his nose in his business. He tells him to control his narrative, and if that's a good call because get it, control his narrative, his form of promotion. Caleb asks EC3 what we are getting today. EC3 then asks Caleb, is Caleb the guy that's going to knock him out? Caleb then hits him and they fight to the outside as EC3 takes down Caleb in the ring and pounds on him. Refs come down to separate them. And then we get Caleb slapping EC3 and then Russo slapping Jeeves. And that's the end of the segment. I actually enjoyed it. How'd you feel about this first segment anyway?
I thought it was entertaining. And there was a part there where they got some Jim Cornette shots in there as well. Because
they did.
So they had the shit stain reference, and then Russo had made the comment
And the
about
banana.
doing things with bananas.
Yeah.
And
Which
also,
is
and then also one guy on commentary doing the Jim Cornette. God damn.
I didn't notice that actually. I didn't actually notice the commentary doing that, but the banana reference got me rolling. That's for sure. With Corny, does Cornette even watch Lunacy? Do you know? He probably wouldn't because of Vince, obviously.
Honestly, you know what? I would not surprise me with how fucked in the head Cornette is. It would not surprise me if he watched it just so he can whine and bitch about it and go off on Russo. It would not surprise me. It would not surprise me.
But he hates his guts so much that he probably wouldn't watch the damn thing because of Russo.
I mean, that's true too. Or he could have something, or he could read something. I don't know.
Yeah, he doesn't talk about it. I don't see him talking about it. That's his loss anyway. He might actually like it. You never know.
Oh no, he would. He's like old school Southern Tennessee, Kentucky wrestling. That's definitely not for him.
Maybe he should get with the fucking program, in my opinion. But that's just me. But then we go back to another promo backstage as we see Mark Davis interviewing Big Al outside. She says she's looking for Danny Moe. Max says Danny didn't tag her in at StrangleMania. Was trying to win the title herself. Al says that what she was doing, that was supposed to be friends, and asks what Danny is doing. And then she proceeds to hit her.
Actually, this is spread out throughout the evening. There's like 3 different segments spread throughout the evening.
That's true. And she doesn't hit her yet, but really, that's what we do get a bit later on. Anyway, but I'll save it. Then we see Russo and Caleb again doing a promo. Russo says Caleb beat Matt Riddle and Nick Nemeth in under 5 minutes. And he asks if he understands and says EC3 understands. He says EC3 works Violent J to steal Caleb's spotlight. As Russo says, EC3 can steal the spotlight tonight when he faces Kerry Morton tonight with Caleb Conley as the special guest referee. Russo goes on to say that EC3 got the JCW spotlight he wanted. And yeah, I guess he does get that spotlight, and we'll get back to that later. But then we see Big Vito telling someone named Vincenzo he'll be in charge. Vito asks where his nephew is. Vincenzo says he's banging broads, sorry. And
hey, I'm the Don. I bang the broads.
Yeah, I bang the broads. Vito says he bangs the broads around here and says he'll handle the clowns tonight. Again, what do you think with this overall segment with Russo and then obviously with Vito?
Entertaining stuff, good stuff that sets up stuff for later on in the night.
Yeah, Big Al in casual clothes looked mwah. Nelson Cal, absolutely. Gru says Cornette and Russo need to hug it out. They'll never hug it out, pal. It'll never happen. Lapad says, didn't they mention something about letting his wife watch or something like that? I don't remember that. Did they?
I don't remember that either, but that's funny.
If that was the case, yeah, that is funny. But I don't recall for some weird reason. That's odd. Well, we come to the first matchup of the evening, Brando. It is the Green Phantom versus Facade. And what can I say? I know one guy's called a Facade, but the Green Phantom was literally a facade. If you get what I mean by that. I mean, talk about a bad debut, bro. He loses pretty quickly to Facade.
Somewhere Chavo Guerrero's going, phew.
Oh, my God. Where are they going with this Green Phantom dude?
I don't know, but they do follow up on this. We'll get to that here in a minute.
Right. And, yeah, surprise, surprise. The guy that never seems to go away, but we'll get to that when we do. But anyway, as I was saying, the Green Phantom makes his debut and absolutely gets destroyed for the 1-2-3 after a springboard drop kick, and then gets the 1-2-3. But let's hope for the best for him. We do see him again later on. I use that term lightly, but anyway, we go to another backstage segment though. We see Mark Davis interviewing the Brothers of Podstruction without their clown gear now, Brando, which is interesting. They say they are the Brothers of Ciccione or something like that. Something along those lines.
Ciccone.
Yeah, but it's in Italian. It's really Ciccione when you put a C. It's not like Ciccone. But anyway, whatever they call themselves, they say Yabo is getting tired up with and was a mind game. Rufus say that they aren't even sleeping at night. As Rufus says, the hunt just started. Then Yabo says You got to get to them before they get to you, doing all these wise guy stuff. Now, I like seeing the clowns not be clowns, for one. I hope they do go between these two characters, between the mobsters and obviously the clowns. Do you think we'll see more of these mob version of the Brothers of Podstruction?
Yeah, I can see that being kind of like their version of, and we were like kind of like their version of the demon, where like when they need to stop doing clown shit and do gangster shit.
It's hilarious, man.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, and I love the follow up too, where Tony and Willie Mack showed up and said, "Hey, we got your back, capiche?" Because even though they switch between Brothers of Podstruction, Brothers of Taccone, they're still home. They're still Juggalo family with Too Tough and Max, so that makes sense.
Yeah, but I don't trust them for some weird reason. I've got a feeling. I don't know. I just got a feeling I'm gonna get a swerve, bro.
I really hope not. I like having I like what they're doing with the brothers right now. Like, there's really no need to mess with that. What they got a good thing. Like, they set up a good thing with them right now.
Yeah, but Video's got the cashola, bro. He's got the cashola. You know what I'm saying? He pays, and gets what he wants, basically.
I mean, we'll see. We'll see where it goes.
We'll see indeed. But yeah, it was good seeing them the way they were. But like you said, we see Too Tough Tony and Mac and Willie Mack coming in, saying they got their backs. Then we see Violent J talking to the Green Phantom in the back. Oh God. Jay says he doesn't know how the Green Phantom lost like that. As Vince Russo then comes in and says that the Green Phantom is another Violent J signing that Violent J again didn't talk to Russo about. Russo says the Green Phantom lost to Facade and says Facade didn't even have to cheat, which is hilarious. Violent J then goes on to say when he saw the Great Phantom in Japan, allegedly he was a monster, and he assures Russo that the Great Green Phantom will get it together. Russo says Green Phantom is one loss away from working at NWA, and then Green Phantom says Russo will get with the Green. That is hilarious. I mean, is that supposed to be a shot at the NWA? I know they got a working arrangement between the two, but that's almost like putting down NWA pretty badly.
Yeah, I don't know. Oof. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. But then Russo get with the Green as they fade out.
Oh God, that's true, Labrat. Thank you for bringing that up. I mean, he's got a great point.
I did rewatch it again before he went live, or at least caught enough of it. He did say during that promo, so another guy you didn't tell me about your signing, we hype him up for all these months, and then he loses.
Oh, actually, that's a good see. There you go, Labrat. He did know that he had hype. But he's just saying basically, but you never told me about him anyway. EC3 probably gave him those lines. Who knows? I want to say a lot about EC3, but we'll get to that when he does wrestle, because God damn it, it's funny. I'll just put it that way. Anyway, good luck to the Green Phantom, that's for sure. Next, we got a guitar on a pole match. It is Stephen Flo versus Cocaine. Oh boy, I mean, it seemed like Stephen Flo was a little bit nervous going up in this match against Cocaine. And what else I've noticed, and I never noticed previously, the Cocaine song at the start always say, "Cocaine's a hell of a drug," and then it kicks it into his song.
That was the first time I had heard that.
Oh, so I wasn't tripping. This is probably the first time they actually put that in, right?
Give me Rick James, pal.
Yeah. Rick James, bitch.
Fuck your couch.
That make me laugh. I've still got, oh God, I still got phlegm build up in my chest, Brando.
Ooh, sorry.
And I'll be coughing all over the place. But anyway, we get a match, and it started off pretty strong. At one point, Stephen Flo gets a guitar, but misses the guitar shot. And then we get a choke slam attempt, and that didn't go through. Then we see a masked female wrestler chewing on Kane in the front row as Kane power bombs him on the guitar and gets the 1, 2, 3. Who the hell was that in the front row?
That's Ho-Kane, pal.
That's right. It is Ho-Kane. I love that name, by the way.
Violent J. That was Violent J's idea.
That is brilliant, because we do find out that the masked girl is Ho-Kane, And then Kane then gives Kane cocaine after, funny enough. And then that's it. We move on back to the back as we see Mark Davis. But before I go to that, what did you think of the matchup?
I thought it was fun. I'm glad they used the at least they did the spots with the guitar without hurting somebody, because again, electric guitar hitting somebody with that, like swinging that at somebody, that could kill somebody.
Yeah. Especially an electric guitar, that's for sure. That's true.
So at least they found ways to use it without actually, hitting each other with a swing at each other.
Fair point. Absolutely fair point. Well, we go and see, as I was saying, we do see Mark Davis interviewing Kerry Morton. Kerry Morton says he doesn't get Vince Russo. He says Russo sets him up for failure, but he always swings at the ball and hits a home run. Then he goes on to say that he's excited to face EC3 and says he hasn't had a carb in 800 years. Wow, didn't know he was that old. Kerry says that they don't make people like him anymore, and that's pretty much the end of the promo. Did you like Kerry's little promo, man? I actually thought this is pretty good.
Dude, anytime Kerry Morton gets a microphone, he nails it.
Always nails it, man. Absolutely does. And he's a future talent, that's for sure, man. I'm looking forward to what the future has in store for Mr. Davis. Mr. Morton, sorry, should I say. He's great.
He is every bit his father's son and then some.
Yeah, I think he could be better than his dad. Even
I agree. I think he definitely has the potential to be a bigger star than his dad was. And I'm not saying that disrespectfully. I'm just saying that like he has that charisma and it that I'm sorry his dad didn't have. I'm sorry.
I know what you're saying.
And I'm saying, right. and I'm not saying that to anything to Ricky. Like Ricky's amazing. Like he's one of the best.
I know what you're saying about the charisma stuff, but back then it worked for whatever reason. You know what I mean? Like, man, these guys used to get the chicks left and right, and I don't even know how they even did that. Let's be real.
Dude, remember what was it? It was actually Jim Cornette who recently, it was actually a few years ago, he got in trouble for saying like the problem is you don't have the boys banging the rats anymore and getting them to come to the show.
It's true, man. Instead of banging rats, they're playing video games. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but I'm just saying, like, come on. Josh says, I understand what you're saying, and I get it, but to say that he was, I don't know if he'll become a bigger star than his daddy was, because let's be honest, the Midnight Express the Rock and Roll Express was something else, bro. You know what I mean? Like, as a tag team. But I get what you're saying also, though, at the same time, because I didn't think too much of him like back then. Like, maybe because I was a big WWE fan or WWF fan at the time. That's what got me into pro wrestling. And I used to just despise the old NWA and the old WCW until the 90s, until the Monday Night Wars hit. Then I started watching WCW. But at that time, I was just like, I didn't get it either. So I understand where you're coming from. But in saying that, I also understand why they were huge stars, I guess. In the South, they like those type of dudes. So it is what it is. We'll see what happens, though, in the future.
Especially in the 80s.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the tag team divisions in the 80s will never be the same again. There will never be main event tag teams, unfortunately, ever again.
And now,
professional wrestling today.
Yeah, now it's across both companies, NWA, JCW, and WWF at the time. Yeah. Everybody had was having seen a tag team boom.
In all the promotions, no, you're right, absolutely. In the 80s, it was absolutely like the peak of tag team wrestling by a long shot. Anyway, we see Big L once again. He's still looking for Danny Moe outside. But we'll get back to that, because then we see Mac Davis interviewing Big Vito. Vito tells Mac to mind his own business about his nephew and says his nephew will be here. We then see Luigi Primo come in with his freaking pizza dough and all. Vito says he's coming in with the pizza again and does nothing. Primo thanks him for getting him a match, and then he goes on to say he's got a gift for the clowns tonight. Vito tells him to kill the clowns and slap them with his pizza. As Primo leaves, and Vito calls him a fucking idiot. Now, I don't blame him for calling him a fucking idiot, because that damn pizza dough, man. I mean, come on. I mean, how does he keep doing that during a friggin' match?
The dude actually is like a shoot pizza chef. He worked at a restaurant for 10 years.
Really? That's hilarious.
Yeah, so I think so he is like a shoot pizza dude.
Funny enough, Labrat saying, "Give me Horace Hogan power as his nephew." There is a YouTube channel that is run by Hulk Hogan's nephew, not Horace Hogan though, another one of his nephews, which is interesting. I just came across him randomly. I forgot what the channel's called, and he talks about what was real and what was not on the Hogan documentary. Just quietly, go check that out. So, I can't remember what the thing is called. I'm sure it'll come up if you type Hulk Hogan's nephew, which is kind of interesting. Josh says, Brandon didn't know that about the pizza guy. Well, there you go. You learn something new every day when you listen to us, Josh. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, you know who Horace Hogan's cousin was on his mom's side, not Hulk's side, but his mom's side. You know who his cousin was?
I think I've heard this before, but I've forgotten who.
The late Mike Awesome.
Oh yes, I did know that. There you go. I did know that. Yeah, that's crazy. That was close too, apparently.
Yep, and Mike Awesome had said like he had, at least he believed that the reason why he got the fat chick Thriller and that 70s guy gimmick was because he thought that was Russo taking a shot at him over Hogan. It's like, well, Horace and Hulk are gone, so he's close enough akin to take that out on. At least that's what he thought it was.
Yeah, boy. You gotta love politics, man. Well, anyway, like I said, you learn something new every day when you listen to us. Next we see Barnabas the Bazaar and the Outbreak in the back. Oh boy. He says they've been clean for 2 hours and he will give them water.
2 hours clean.
Hey, mind you, he's going to give them water for detoxing. The Outbreak get a hold of oxycodone, which is hilarious. And Barnabas gets mad as he asks who keeps giving him this stuff.
So obviously somebody's feeding them. Somebody's selling to him. Somebody's dealing.
Who do you think it is? I mean, these it can't be cocaine now because he doesn't sell oxys, as we call them down here.
Yeah, he's definitely more of a nose candy guy. He prefers that more than it. He doesn't get into other shit.
I just hope that these guys aren't really zombies. I know Jeff has told us here on this very show that he's actually pitched this to Vince about, in the long run, have him become turn them. They weren't really zombies all along. They were just junkies, and that's why they're the way they are, which would be absolutely hilarious if that is the case. But he
get me bath salts, pal.
Oh man, you hope they went real pills, Buckshot. I don't know. It's wrestling, bro. Who the fuck knows, man?
Yeah, you could easily get an empty prescription bottle and fill it with like sugar pills.
Yeah, whatever the case. Cocaine, he's the sniff guy. That's true. He also Labrat also says they said they identified as zombies. I know, but wouldn't it be funny if they were junkies though all this time? That's why they're zombied out like that, because they're just they're addicted to fucking.
Yeah, but I've never seen a junkie be able to wrestle like they can though, while strung out.
Buckshot claims that the last pills were real.
Yeah, the ones they stole from Mark Roberts, those were real. The ones they stole from Mark Roberts were real. That was his actual blood pressure medication. That was his actual blood pressure medication they took from him and just started popping.
Oh God, they actually popped him.
Yes.
Oh boy. Anyway, good luck to them, because next we see Luigi Primo versus Father Bronson, who's making his debut. Now,
show everybody what Red Love is all about.
I've got a bit of a problem with this, to be honest with you, Brandon and Jeff. If you're listening, forgive me what I'm about to say, because I like the character per se, but goddamn, first of all, this match shouldn't have been as long as it was. I feel, especially against Mr. Primo and the debuting Red Love. I mean, do you think the match went a little bit too long?
I agree. I think it should have been much more dominant for Father Bronson. Plus, you got an out for Luigi. He can look like a goof and take the loss and get back over the backstage segment.
Right, he can be your Brooklyn Brawler, man, type of jobber, if you get my drift. Like, this shouldn't have been as close as it was, man, and as long as it was. Nevertheless, though, Father Bronson does eventually get the win, and then he proceeds to talk like, I hate to say it, he really sounded like friggin' Bray Wyatt, bro, and even the way his accent, the way he spoke, you know how he kind of shakes his voice like, well, I can't even do it.
Well, the thing is, I believe he actually is like legitimately from like Louisiana, so that actually, I think that is his natural accent.
Okay, well, it's very Bray Wyatt-esque. I'm not gonna lie, man. The whole thing just feels very, and I know it's meant to be that.
To be fair to Bray Wyatt, the Bray Wyatt character, it kind of stole from like a Louisiana backwoods, type thing.
Well,
that's
yeah,
why,
absolutely.
So that's why him being from Louisiana, that's why it would sound similar.
He was from the swamps, shall we say? I'm talking about Bray Wyatt and the initial first run of Bray Wyatt. But I don't know if I don't know. I need to see more. I didn't like the fact that he won in such time. He should have absolutely destroyed this guy, man. If you're gonna push him, he's got to absolutely annihilate guys like like Luigi Primo. Oh boy,
you got a purty mouth.
Oh yeah. Well, in the end, he does put the Texas Cloverleaf on him to submit him, and that's the end of that. But like I said, just a little too long. I don't know, man. He does cut a promo, like I said, but it just felt very, very, very Bray Wyatt. And I know it's meant to be somewhat Bray Wyatt-esque anyway. I just didn't think he was going to sound like him too, but yeah.
Yeah, I think it's more of his natural accent coming through that he's just kind of heightening up or amplifying.
Get me the banjo, boys, Labrat says. Oh boy. Anywho, we do see the Brothers of Podstruction grab Vito in a dark, dingy hallway. Vito says he kidnapped his brother. One of the brothers tells Vito when you least expect it, so to look out. And they tell him he can go, as Mac and Too Tough Tony are there also. Should Vito be worried?
Well, considering that his nephew's not there, he's out busy banging broads. What should be Vito's broads to bang?
I wonder if it's Mickey Knuckles.
That would be I like that.
Could it be? Could it be? And if so, would Vito get jealous?
Oh yeah, he should. Absolutely, he should.
That'll be funny if he does, though. We'll see what happens with that. I guess we've got to wait till next week to see more of that play out. But then we see Big L once again, who's waiting for Danny Moe, still outside. She sees her walk past and tells her to give her some answers. Danny says she wouldn't understand, which doesn't make sense. And then Al hits her, then sends her into the brick wall as Al tells her to give her the answers, but we don't get those answers, unfortunately, for Al. I mean, what could her answer possibly be? Did she get paid out by somebody? Possibly.
Here's where I think they're going. This is my opinion. I think they're going to pair her with Facade.
They suit each other, actually, if they were to do that.
I think they're going to turn Danny Moe heel and put her with Facade.
I can see that. I can definitely see that. Let's see what happens there. That'll be interesting.
Vito watches. Does that mean he's Jim Cornette, pal?
Oh, he could be. I mean, we know about Jimmy and his cuckness, but anyway, let's not go there.
Hot damn, Stacey. Come on, take it deeper, Stacey. Take it deeper.
Oh boy. Anyway, we see again the Brothers of Podstruction talking. They say they should handle this as Luigi Primo comes in and asks where their bed is or where their bed in. Primo says he's got to put something.
I love the response. Like, so I'm going to ask you, where you guys is the bed? It's in our house.
He says he's got to put something in there and then shows a horse head on a stick and says Vito said to send a message, as the brothers say Godfather and say to stay away from Vito. Primo then gives them the horse head on the stick. I mean, I straight away thought of Saturn here or even Chavo. Where are we going with this? What's going on?
If this gives us the return of Pepe, I'm with that.
Oh God. Could we really get Pepe? What about Moppy? Can we get Moppy too if we're gonna get Pepe? Do you remember Moppy?
I remember. You're welcome.
Yeah. That'll be hilarious. But do you seriously think we could get freaking Pepe back?
No, I think that was just like I think that's more like a Godfather's reference of they're trying to tell the story of Luigi being young, naive, trying to get over with the family, with fellow Italians, and him just being like a goof and easily manipulated. And the brothers try to warn him, like, dude, Vito's somebody you do not want to mess with. Stay away from him.
Oh boy. Well, speaking of Vito, we do go to the Sicilian street fight next. It is between Vito and PCO, and poor old Vito, man. Man, he ends up losing again thanks to everyone interfering as PCO lands a lariat on Vito and pins him for the 1-2-3. Obviously, thanks to the Brothers of Podstruction coming in with a wet floor sign. And it was a one-way sign, of course. What the hell is going on here, wet floor sign? I mean, anyway, I guess they wiped the floor with him, basically. And poor Vito can't catch a break, man.
I'm sure he probably will either next week or the week after, because that's when he brings his actual family in and they start getting some heat. Vito definitely does. After these last few weeks, Vito definitely needs to get some of that heat. He
needs to get his comeuppance now, man. It's one too many weeks now that he's just getting loss after loss, and that's cool and all.
Which should be fair. They've been paying like a lot of the stuff they've built up the last few months. All right, they got the payoffs. We got that taken care of. Okay, Vito got his for that.
Right.
Build him back up. Get him his heat back.
Absolutely, and I hope they do go that way, in the coming weeks, which I'm sure they will. Hopefully. But it wasn't really much of a match. Nevertheless, it was still a fun match to watch.
Yeah, I'm 100% expecting seeing all these guys getting laid out and beaten up by Vito's new family or the family he brings in.
Yeah, I wonder who that's going to be. So we'll wait and see for that. Anyway, next, again, we see Mark Davis going up to Big Vito in the back and asks if he's okay. Vito gets mad at him and says he's never been his brother and he's an asshole announcer, as he grabs him by the neck. And also Vito says it took 6 guys to take him down tonight. Matt goes to speak. Vito yells at him. Vito says his nephew didn't make it here, but it's not his business. He says his nephew will be here next week, though, and says it's the death of the people who attacked him next week. Ooh. We're going to get some murders, pal. Is that what's happening next week there, Brando?
I mean, who knows? What if they brought in some body bags next week?
Ooh. Let's see what happens. I hope Vito goes all friggin', all mafioso on these motherfuckers next week. Yeah, what do we have here, huh? Get the fuck out of here. I'm hoping we do see that. But nevertheless, this leads us to the main event of the evening, Brandon. It is your special referee in Caleb Connolly. And the match is EC3 versus Kerry Morton. Wow. I mean, first of all, EC3 and that damn spray tan is just ridiculous, bro.
Yeah, and what also helps, though, it also does help. Dude keeps himself in ridiculous shape.
Absolutely.
Shape.
But does he need that much freaking tan?
Yeah, he could lay off a little bit on that. But like I say, is like, do you listen to 3 Brand? Listening to the 3 Brand shows that Vince does with EC3?
I've listened to him here and there, but I haven't in a while.
He is so like when Kerry Morton made that comment about how EC3 hasn't had a carb in 800 years. That's not an exaggeration.
No.
Like that dude is so incredibly meticulous and of what goes into his body.
Absolutely. I mean, he still looks like $1 million. I just
and the results speak for themselves.
Absolutely, 100%, man. And he's a talent, man. And I hope we do see Dixie, by the way, join the new Carter crew, shall we say. That'll be hilarious if we do get that. But just that spray tan, EC3, man, just relax on the spray tan, bro. I mean, maybe he does that for heel heat, it wouldn't surprise me. But goddamn, he's borderline. I guess borderline kind of black, but not exactly. But it just looks ridiculous. That's all I'm saying. Just way too much spray tan, but it's funny at the same time. But Caleb Conley comes out reminiscent of Shawn Michaels back in '99.
I even made the comment during the show. It's like, wait a minute, you're gonna do the Shawn Michaels biker shorts referee gimmick, and you're not gonna stuff the shorts. You're not gonna stuff the shorts. Come on, man.
That's a good point. That's a missed opportunity. You should have stuffed the shorts. 100%. That would have been hilarious, bro. But nevertheless, it was a throwback to HBK from back in the day, which is still hilarious. But you're right. He should have absolutely put some meat down there, if you know what I'm saying. But
put
this
your meat on my meat.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this match was all over the place. It was hard to keep up with in some ways. I mean, we saw lariats, we saw Luther's presses, we saw all sorts of shit. In the end, Caleb gets knocked out. We got no referee, only for Jeeves to count the 1, 2, 3 for EC3 and picks up the win that way. Does that make it official?
It wasn't an official win. It's more like just EC3 and Jeeves kind of signaling to him, like, we're not going to play this game. We know we're getting set up to get screwed. We're going to get one over on you on our way out. Fuck this.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, it's interesting because at the end, though, we see Kerry and Caleb argue.
Although, again, it's a small complaint. Like, before we get to what happens after, we could have easily had Caleb get up and, do the 10 count and then rule in favor of Kerry Morton.
But why?
Just for some sort of match, just for some sort of finish, just to have an actual finish.
But they don't really like each other either, to be fair.
They don't, which plays in perfectly with what happens later, and also with what Kerry says on commentary as it happens.
Well, as you said, we see Kerry and Caleb argue and shove each other after. Then they shake hands, and then we see the Green Phantom coming out as the Phantom offers Caleb a handshake, and then what does he do? He boots him instead.
A much more shorter and more like bulky Green Phantom.
That's true. It wasn't as lanky either. Exactly, it's shorter. Green then rebound cutters him, and Green takes up his
seen that before. And it's M-Dog. It's Matt Cross, pal.
The man that never seems to fuck off in this company, even though he should have been.
Yeah, and here's the key thing in all this. Where I think like doing that count out finish and then having Kerry and Caleb shake hands afterwards, and then Matt Cross do the jump, and then you got Kerry Morton getting on commentary. If you can't beat him, join him. Basically, what he's saying is after everything that him and Matt Cross have been through, they both realized they got enemies in Caleb and Russo. They put their differences aside. They're a team now. They're together. They're an alliance.
So what does this mean now for the real Green Phantom?
I'm guessing they're gonna have to follow this up next week. I would have to assume they follow this up next week with Green Phantom being like, I got jumped by Matt Cross. He took my gear, so I want a match with him.
I don't know. It's interesting. Matt Cross is always the man that seems to always appear, even when he's not meant to, but he does. He's a veteran in the game, though. He's been in the business for a long time, and he'd be the better Green Phantom, in my opinion, just quietly. But unfortunately, that's not the case.
Well,
as Jeff told us last time.
Well, yeah, to be fair, it wasn't. Yeah, the Green Phantom was actually like whoever it is who plays the Green Phantom. That's his gimmick. He's been doing it for a while.
All we know is, like, from what Jeff told us, is that he's Canadian apparently.
Yep.
I haven't seen him previously. I don't know if he used that gimmick before JCW even, but maybe I should check him out a bit more often. I wonder if he's a winner or a loser per se. So far, he's a loser, but we'll see what happens next week. But that was your Lunacy review, Brandon. What did you think of the show overall?
I loved it. I thought it was fun, and there's a lot going on to look forward to next week. Like so many open threads that carry over. Like this is what wrestling needs to be. Okay, where's this going next week? Where's that going next week? Where's this other story going next week? So much to sink your teeth into.
Yeah, I enjoyed it too. You know what? The show is getting better and better every week, man, somehow, which is great. The longer Vince, is in control of the show, the better the show actually gets progressively. And I miss that in pro wrestling. And I'm not just saying that because, Vince is our guy and whatnot. No, we criticize what we needed to criticize, obviously, on this show. But I just love the way he writes with his shows. What am I looking at here? The Buckshot Kid saying, so he ripped off the green bastard from the trailer park.
Green bastard for parts unknown.
Did he rip him off?
Honestly, I don't know. To be fair, it might have been because the Green Bastard first appeared on TV in 2004.
Well, interesting. Well, Buckshot also says that was probably the best show in wrestling this week. It's a great show, man. I don't know how long you've been watching it for, Buckshot, a kid, but the more you watch it, the better it gets, man. Both are Canadian, true.
That is true. Yep.
That's a good point.
Yeah, Trailer Park Boys first got big in Canada, and then once it got picked up by Netflix and some other streaming services, that's when it, in the early 2010s, that's when it started crossing over into the States and whatnot.
Yeah, interesting. Well, Josh says, at least with JCW, I look forward to see what happens next week, which is true. So do we, man. It's a great show, man. It's just, I don't know. It's hard to explain. It's just the way Russo's style. I missed it, man. I'm not going to lie. I really did. I missed the way Russo writes wrestling. It's been a few years since we've seen him do this stuff, and it makes sense, man. And I'm just happy to see it. And I'm happy for him, more importantly.
Whoop, whoop. Yeah, it's a fun and entertaining show to watch.
Absolutely. Well,
I mean, obviously there's things that we see and gotta kind of talk about, but have slip-ups. You make mistakes. Doesn't make it a bad show.
Absolutely not. Everyone makes mistakes. So come on. Nothing's perfect, obviously. Nothing's perfect, but that's all right because you can make mistakes. It'd be cool if the show was live every week, though, right?
Yeah, that would be great. But as we know, with the schedule they have, and also what it would take to do a live show every week,
a lot more money, that's for sure. But in saying that, Brandon, tell them what you're doing, what you're up to, and what's in store for everybody out there listening and watching.
All right, well, in about 45 to 50 minutes-ish, we're going to be continuing. We're actually take a quick break here. Then we'll be back in about 45 to 50 minutes to do the HMG AAA watch-along. Jimmy, if you want a link, let me know. I will send it to you.
Send me the link.
Will do. All right, sweet.
I enjoyed last week.
And then tomorrow we got The Wreckage, followed up with HMG After Dark. We're going to be watching Rocky 2, pal. And then Monday, we got the Monday Locker Room, the Raw Watch-Along, the Impact Attack. Tuesday, we got This Week in WWE. We got Hitting the Marks. We have the A Show. We have the Late Start NXT Watch-Along. We have the Wednesday Locker Room. And then on Wednesday, we got Next Level Wrestling Review. We have the AEW Dynamite Watch-Along and Bell Count. Thursday, the Friday Locker Room. The JCW Lunacy Watch-Along and TNA Impact Watch-Along. And then on Friday, the SmackDown Watch-Along and Bell Count. Whoop, whoop. And as always, you can catch me on Twitter, as the kids call it these days, the X at LG Brandon Whoop. I am also on Twitch at twitch.tv/LG Brandon Whoop Whoop. And also, don't forget to subscribe, ring that bell, check out our Patreon, patreon.com/Jaime Media Group. Also, check out our friends over on YouTube, youtube.com/The Vince Russo, and their Patreon, patreon.com/RussoTWC. Also, you want to check out Lunacy every week. That drops every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central at youtube.com/Psychopathic Records. How we do our watch-alongs is we actually start an hour later. We start at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central. We watch the first hour of Lunacy-ish. And then we go right into TNA, finish that out, watch that show, and then when that's over, we finish off whatever's left of Lunacy.
Nice. Very well put. Thank you for promoting my shows, too. Now I don't need to promote them. So you know where to find us, obviously. Thank you, Brandon, once again for joining me right here on the Insanity Lunacy Review Show. But till next time, I am Jimmy T. He is Whoop Brandon, and you've been listening and watching Insanity live on Jaime Media Group's YouTube channel and on the Patreon after the fact. Peace.
nugget, blowing hair chunks in the sky.